Hello, my name's Caden, or Ninjago and more, and here I have 7 Tournament of Elements sets, all combined to make one massive mock. However, there's one thing better than 7 Tournament of Elements sets. Can you guess what that is? If you said 8 Tournament of Elements sets, you would be correct. Yes, I've got my 8th Tournament of Elements set. I got it for £20 off Amazon, so I'm going to open it, I'm going to build it, and I'll see you in a second when I've got all 8 combined. I can't wait. As Master Chen would say, welcome to the Tournament of Elements. This thing looks so cool. I bought 8 of these sets, like I've said. 8 Tournament of Elements sets combined to make this. And it looks absolutely phenomenal. Before we look at the set, it's important that we look at the figures first, because the figures make a set feel alive. I'm only using duplicate figures because I like to display my figures in display cases, on base plates and stuff like that. I don't like to display them on sets. However, if it's a duplicate figure, I don't really mind. So all the figures I'm showing here are duplicate figures that I am going to display on the set. So, first of all, we have original Tournament of Elements Kai with some Power Blast fire pieces to make it look like he's all fired up and ready to attack. Next, we have Cole with an original Jade Blade from 2015. I wanted to include this piece somewhere in the build, and I didn't really know where to position it on the actual set, so I thought just giving it to a minifigure and having them running around with it would... Now this is the Jade figure I decided to include in this display, but I thought I'd try and get a bit creative, and this is what I came up with. This is a Legacy Bathrobe J. Now, we never actually got a regular Bathrobe J, but I used the Legacy face and hair, so I thought I'd call this one a Legacy. So, this is from the scene where Jay fights Lobo in Jay's room in episode 2 of Tournament of Elements. It uses Jay's head and hair from the Tournament of Elements set. It uses this Palpatine lightning piece, another Jade Blade accessory because I really like this mold. For the body and the bathrobe piece, actually, they're from the same figure. They are from a Series 19 CMF. It is from a bathrobe guy. I'll put a picture of him on screen now. And for the legs, I used these from the 2012 Olympic series, I think they're from. And they honestly work quite well just like that. And I think Jay doesn't even need the towel for the figure to look decent. However, I think that just looks a little bit too strange. And yeah, I do like the look of the bathrobe. But yeah, there's my Jay. And for the final ninja in the set, we have Legacy 2.0 Lloyd. He doesn't have an accessory here, however, I did give him an accessory, and it is this. It is I think these are spring-loaded shooter missiles. This one's in trans green. I got this one in the Ninja Nightcrawler from Sons of Garmadon. If you put it on this piece right here, like that, and give it to Lloyd, it looks as though he is shooting someone with like an energy blast. If you don't have this trans green piece, you can use the lightsaber piece from Luke Skywalker. This piece for Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. You can maybe get a few of those and combine them. Or you can use the piece used for the Prime Empire suits to display the health bar. They would also work, and they were actually my first choice until I found this piece. So any of those trans green pieces with Lloyd holding them like this work really well. Now onto the Elemental Masters. The first Elemental Master is my favourite Elemental Master, Jacob, the Master of Sound. I've taken off the gold tassels that he came with in the Tournament of Elements set. But other than that, he is completely the same as he came in the set. This guy is my favourite figure from Ninjago 2021 and my favourite Elemental Master figure. He's not really got much of a role in the show, but I'm so glad they included him as a figure on the set. And for his accessory, I have just given him his guitar. However, if you want to improve upon that design, I would recommend doing this. So if you see the picture on the screen, you'll see Jacob's guitar isn't really accurate, and there aren't many substitutions to make a more accurate guitar. However, I found something that might slightly look a little bit better. If you get this guy from the Series 22 CMFs, he's called the Troubadour or something along those lines. He comes with a small instrument. I don't know if it's a guitar, if it's a ukulele, if it's a cello, I don't know. But I think it's a guitar or a ukulele. and actually give that to Jacob. It looks quite a lot better. So I'll swap them around now and I'll show you what they look like. So here's Jacob with the CMF guitar. Here's a picture of him with that guitar in the show, so you can kind of see the resemblance. I think it is a lot more accurate than this guitar, so I just threw that guitar on the floor, great. But yeah, well, it's really whatever floats your boat. If you don't have this figure, his original guitar works just fine. But yeah, there's Jacob. The second Elemental Master is Gravis. He comes here exactly like he does in the set. If you want to improve Gravis's appearance in the set, however, I would get this little contraption here. It is a clear piece with the Marble CMF jumper piece, and when you stand Gravis on here, he basically looks like he's floating away. So I'll show you that in a minute, but it came off on the back of his foot. When he's positioned on the set with one of these things, it looks so much better. I've put this face on him because he seems more alert. There's of course this more tranquil face kind of, but yeah, here is Gravis as he will be seen in my display. Next we have the Lobo, the most inaccurate Ninjago figure ever, possibly. However, it's still Lobo, and I'm not going to include my custom in this set. So here is the official Lobo figure. I've given him his staff, which he comes with in the set, and also this vine piece to kind of emulate the nature. What you could do is you could have the vine piece coming out of his staff, something like that. That does look really cool. But yeah, his Lobo, of course his face is very inaccurate, and any other face would work a little bit better. So if you have some alternative face ideas, definitely use them if you want to improve your Lobo figure. And the final Elemental Master is Karloff, the Master of Metal. This is one of the more expensive Elemental Master figures, and I was originally going to sell this duplicate, as you may have seen in one of my older videos. However, I thought instead of selling it, I'll keep it and I'll display it on my UCS Tournament of Elements. So yeah, here he is. I think he will go perfectly with this Kai to kind of recreate the battle, well, one of the many battles they've had in the show. So yeah, there's Karloff. He doesn't have, oh no, actually he does. I've changed his face, so he has an angrier face. So if I swap that around there, you can see there he looks more angrier, more battle ready. So yeah, here is my Karloff figure. And for the final figure in this set, I have included Season 4 Nia. I have given her a spell, a page of the spell from Klaus's spellbook as she carries in the show. I've given her some different colour swords as well. I've given her red and silver. I was just going to give her 2 silver like she comes in the sets, and then I was going to give her 2 reds because that looks a bit cool, but this looks even cooler. She is exactly like she comes in the sets. However, like I said, I changed the sword and I've given her this accessory, which does come in this set. It comes in Klaus's spellbook. But yeah, now we've seen all the figures, I'm going to pose them on the set and we'll have a quick tour. Okay, so here is my Tournament of Elements mock, completely filled with the figures. I'm going to go around, we're going to take a look at each of the figures, what they're doing, who they're fighting, and yeah, that's going to be it. So let's get into it. Going around the top row here, you can see Kai and Karloff having a fight. I have used the Marble CMF pieces to have them kind of jumping in at each other. I've used the Fire Blast piece things to make it look as if Kai's all powered up, like I said when I was showing the figures. And there's Karloff angrily, kind of like gorilla jumping over to Kai. I really like this. This is probably the one the battle I like the most, because I don't know, it looks like it's straight out of the show. Maybe Kai could be positioned a little bit differently, but yeah, I really like the Kai versus Karloff battle right there. Also on the top row, you can see Jay running after Lobo. I have actually taken the Jade Blade off of Jay and given it to Lobo, which I will show you now. Jay is still in his bathtub. The indication, sorry about that box, it's what I'm using to hold my lamp up. The indication is that through this room, like through this door, you need to imagine that there's a whole other room, maybe let's say it's Jay's bedroom, and he's just run out of there chasing Lobo. You can see there Lobo with the Jade Blade. Jay isn't looking at him, just so you can see his face clearer, well, from the other side of course. But yeah, there's Lobo and there's Jay, and there are my chocolate boxes which I'm using to hold the lamp. That is it for the top row, kind of. However, we do have Gravis there, who we'll go and take a look at now. Here's Gravis. This is supposed to look like he's floating in the middle of the temple. You can see there is Lloyd shooting at him with the accessory that I showed you. Gravis is kind of supposed to be as if he's trying to block it with his glittery piece, although he's clearly missing there. And I'll show you what Lloyd looks like attacking Gravis now. So there's Gravis floating in the middle, and there is Lloyd hanging onto the golden bar. You can see his hand there. He is clipped onto there, and he is shooting his energy beam at Gravis. It looks really, really cool. This is probably my second favourite battle, of course, behind Kai and Karloff. Yeah, this just looks awesome. That is it for the battles. I've only done 3 battles. However, there are a few more minifigs positioned around the set, so let's take a look at them now. Also on the second row here, you can see we have Jacob. He's kind of hard to see because the middle row is so clouded, I guess, by other figures and the ceiling and all that. However, there's Jacob. He's not fighting anyone because there was simply no room. I was going to have him fighting Izor, but there was really no room to have anyone fighting on the second row because it's so cramped. It's only 3 studs wide, as you can see there, 3 studs. You know, Jacob's afro and his giant guitar take up just about enough room to squeeze him on there, but definitely not enough room to have him fighting someone. So there's Jacob, and then that is it for the second row. You can see there's nothing else. Well, you can't really see, but there's nothing else. There are 2 more figures positioned on the bottom row, and then that is it. So let's take a look at them now. So not really much to say about these. You can see there is Nia with her page from Klaus' spellbook, and right next to her is Cole, who is holding the Jade Blade you saw him hold earlier, and he's actually looking up, if you can see that, at Lloyd. So he's watching Lloyd and Gravis fighting, which I think just adds a little bit more personality to the set. And yeah, just makes it feel a bit more alive. Here is my UCS Tournament of Elements set. Altogether, this would have cost me £224 if I bought all these sets for retail price and left it at that. Pardon me, I've got a bit of a cough. However, I got some of these sets on offer. I sold some of the figures from some of these sets. I got some of them on offer and then sold the figures. So I probably spent a little bit less than £224. And I've still got quite a lot of figures to sell, so I probably will make a bit of profit off them, but it still did cost me quite a lot. However, I think it is definitely worth it. Being based off of my favourite Ninjago season 4, this is kind of like a dream come true for me. I always wanted a set kind of like this. I have a really old LEGO YouTube channel, none of you would have heard of it. It had like no subscribers, from about 5 years ago, where I was making Tournament of Element videos, and I was making customs of the Elemental Masters, and if only I could show myself, 5 years from then, which is now, what has become of, what has become of Tournament of Elements, how they've honoured its legacy by making such a beautiful set. But yeah, that is really all I have to say. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video and you like my mock, please like and subscribe. But yeah, that's all I can say. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. I said bye. You're still here? Okay, well, if you want to stay, I guess I could show you some of my extra customs that I made. I was going to include them in the set, but I thought, yeah, I might as well just leave them to the end. I don't think they'd really fit in the set, and this can be your reward for sitting through all that footage of me just going on about this. So here we have Custom Prisoner Jacob, Custom Prisoner Cole, and Custom Prisoner Karloff. This Cole here, you can see, he doesn't have plain orange arms, he has yellow and orange arms. Oops, mainly because I didn't have any spare orange arms. I did have some orange arms, but, I have to take them off one of my figures that I like, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to give him some, yellow arms. It kind of looks like he's rolled his sleeves up, and it kind of, creates the idea that this is a legacy figure. Yeah, I don't know, this is really cool. I saw these torsos and I was like, oh, this could be cool for a Custom Prisoner Jacob. I made this, and then I found 2 more of the torsos, and I was like, oh, I can make Prisoner Cole and Karloff. So yeah, here you go. You can do this with anyone. You can do it with Jay, Gravis, Lobo, anyone. I just did these 3 because these 3 I think have the biggest role in the underground noodle factory. But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I just wanted to show these off, and I thought what better time to do it than for the people who stuck around to the end. So thanks for watching, and I will see you later, for real this time. Bye.